Good afternoon everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of our shed session. Today we're here talking with Aaron Wilton from Alpha Motorsport, so kick back and enjoy, and we'll ask Aaron a few questions and yeah, get it all underway. Right, Aaron, welcome to our second episode of the shed session.
Good to be here.
Yeah, excellent, good to have you. Just to start with, whereabouts did you grow up, mate?
I grew up in Hobart, spent most of my life down there.
Yep.
In sort of early 20s I moved around a bit with the army, and then ended up back here in the northwest coast of Tassie. Yeah. Because Hobart's a hole.
Oh right, so you like the northwest there?
Yeah, no, it's nice and relaxed up here. It's a good place to live.
Yeah, it's not a bad place. We call it the Gold Coast up here, I reckon, compared to Hobart. But anyway, when did you first become interested in motorsport, mate?
I've been a fan of motorsport my whole life, but for me, as far as it went, was getting on the simulator, competing in that sort of stuff. It wasn't until I was only about 3 or 4 years ago that I decided finally to jump in a car and have a crack at it.
Excellent, going quite well too, I've seen.
Yeah, doing alright. The tarmac stuff's a bit easier for me than the speedway stuff, but getting there. Just big learning curve still.
And what division did you start off in when you started racing?
Well, my first drive in speedway was actually an old mate let me drive his street stock for a night, which was a big eye-opener. Right. And thoroughly enjoyed that, but thought I want something a bit faster. So ended up with the 500 and done a couple of seasons of that now, and
cool, and enjoying it.
Yeah, it's good fun.
So we just talked about what division you race. Division you're racing at the moment is Formula 500s.
Yep.
For people out there that don't know what Formula 500s are, what kind of car are they?
It's basically just a miniature sprint car. We run a motorbike engine, 600cc. Heaps of different options. Some guys have engines that are fully worked, all the bells and whistles, and then there's guys like me with a stock motor, and there's a bit of a performance difference between the two, but can still get out and have some fun with the stock gear.
Yeah, cool. That's the main thing, as long as you're having a bit of fun. What's your favourite event?
My favourite event would have to be a tarmac, Targa Tasmania. Doing that is definitely the highlight for me of everything I've done with motorsport. It's probably the hardest week of anything I've ever done as far as the demands on you mentally and physically. So.
And what car did you have in Targa?
We used the Honda Prelude, which I brought about 4 years ago. It was just a car with a stock motor, but it had a few changes to the suspension, set up for track days, and I've just sort of chipped away and done little bits and pieces. Still running a stock motor on that, but the suspension and brakes and everything is highly upgraded, and it's a great car to drive. It's easy to drive, being front wheel drive, and it's pretty forgiving. And yeah, it's good fun.
Any plans to upgrade the engine?
And got a few things going on at the moment. The car's getting an LSD put in it, and then we're getting it sent in for a tune. Bigger injectors, a few things like that. But the engine itself is going to stay pretty stock. Did think about putting a turbo on it, but then that takes me out of the category that I'd be in, and I'd sort of have to race against some faster cars that I don't think my car would stand a chance against.
And what category are you in at the moment in Targa?
Well, for the first Targa we only did the Targa Tour, so speed restricted, and it's more sort of a learning experience. when we do Targa next year, we're going to do the full competition in early modern.
Yep.
So that'll put us up against Mitsubishi Lancers and WRXs and Lotuses and all sorts of really fast cars. So we're not going to go out and try and win it, but if we can get a top 3 out of the rookies, we'll be happy.
Yeah.
So
yeah, excellent, excellent. Who was your biggest hero growing up, mate?
I don't know. I've sort of had lots of different heroes depending on what I've been into in life. When it comes to motorsport, the person who I've always followed the closest would be Marcus Ambrose.
Yep.
I'm a big NASCAR fan.
Yep.
I love the American stuff, and growing up as a Ford fan and then watching him move over to the States and do his NASCAR stuff, that was always sort of...
he really turned it on his head when he went to the Mars.
Yeah, well, to this day I don't think anyone's done better than him as a road racer.
No, definitely.
And so, following him was good.
Yeah, and when he goes to Watkins Glen, he just goes into an absolute category on his own, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he's got the most wins out of any NASCAR driver
I'm pretty
at Watkins.
sure he has at Watkins, What's the one event you really want to win?
Probably the one event I would really love to win out of everything would just be any of the Blue Ribbon Speedway events, any of the memorial races.
Yeah.
To win one of them would be huge. Like I reckon, personally, I think they're probably more important than the state title.
Yeah, it seems that way nowadays in Speedway, doesn't it?
It's really hard and competitive whenever those events are on. So winning any one of them memorial races.
Anyone in particular that really stands out?
No, not really. Just any of those races that we do, any of the memorial races would be great to win.
Yeah, well, hopefully you get there one day, mate. Favourite track you've raced on?
Baskerville.
Yeah, right.
When it comes to Speedway, my favourite track's Carrick, because I think it's more of a driver's track. For our cars, Latrobe, you sort of just foot to the floor, hold on, and whoever's got the fastest car wins. Whereas Carrick, you've got to get up on the wheel and really drive.
It's a lot tighter than Latrobe, isn't it? Yeah, and different surface, of course.
So that's why I like Carrick, and Baskerville, probably similar reasons. It's a shorter track, so it's really suited well to the Honda we've got. There's only one long straight, and usually the faster cars, they'll leave us for dead on the straight, but in through the tight sections of Baskerville, it's like a little roller coaster.
I hadn't been to Baskerville until probably 5 or 6 years ago. First time I ever went, we went down there for the Basky Drags, and I was actually surprised how good of a track it is. It's very, how can you say, it's very windy in a few spots.
Yeah, and lots of undulation. There's one blind corner where you come up the hill and you've got to turn in before you can even see the corner.
And the big sweeper that leads onto the straight, that's just...
that's insane.
I love that corner, that's absolutely awesome. Favourite track you haven't raced on as yet but would like to?
Probably Eastern Creek, or Sydney Motorsport Park. I've always enjoyed racing that track on the simulator, and I just think that track has everything.
And it's got a hell of a long straight.
It's got a long straight, it's got some tight sections, it's got some really fast flowing sections. I think that's a brilliant track.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah.
I'd love to go over there and do World Time Attack. Don't think I'm going to be able to do it this year, but hopefully next year.
Yeah, hopefully you get over there, that'd be good. Yeah. Take the Prelude?
Yeah, take the Prelude over, and in that would be only in the, I think, club category.
So Time Attack, what does that involve?
Time Attack's basically you go out on the track and whoever sets the fastest lap wins.
Yeah, right.
So you'll go out in groups. Like they do a Time Attack at Baskerville down here, and pretty similar thing. You're broken up into your different categories from street, club, and then you've got your more pro builds and stuff like that. The cars with all the big wings and stuff. But yeah, so you just go out and whoever sets the fastest lap wins.
So we'll see a 4 foot high wing on the back of the Prelude soon?
It's already got the big wing on there, and just haven't taken it out on the track yet.
Excellent. What are your hobbies, mate? Apart from motorsport, of course.
Apart from motorsport, there isn't a whole lot that I really get into. I don't mind a bit of computer games sort of stuff. I love using the simulator. It's where all my motorsport stuff started. So
iRacing is a big thing now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and it's been good to see that with what happened over the last 12 months, that a lot of people sort of in motorsport gave iRacing a chance to step up and do its own thing.
Even the American sprint car drivers like Kyle Larson and blokes like that even jumped on board, which was good for the iRacing sort of people that, were hoping that it'd go well, and now it's gone absolutely worldwide. It's absolutely gone off its head. What do you do when you're not racing cars and playing with them?
A lot of my time is spent organising stuff to do with the motorsport. But when I'm not doing that, I like to get outdoors and just general stuff.
I've noticed I've seen you once go across Cradle Mountain.
Yeah, a bit of hiking, that sort of thing. I'm planning on doing that.
So you don't mind doing a bit of that then?
Yeah, it's good. It's a challenge, and it's something that you can look back on afterwards and be proud of. So hoping to do the overland track again later this year in winter again.
And how long does it take you to do that sort of thing?
I think you can do it in about 4 days if you really push, but I did it over a week.
Yeah,
had a break halfway through.
How many kilometres?
If you do the full track, it's just short of 100 kilometres.
Geez, that's a long walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, righto. Yeah, I didn't realise it was that long.
And through the snow and the rain, it makes it good.
Yeah, righto. Yeah, excellent, excellent. Cars you've had you never wish you got rid of?
Oh, pretty much all of them. No, I had an XD Falcon, which was completely stock. Just chucked a set of wheels on it and lowered it. That was a good car. And my old EF Fairmont with the V8. That was a beautiful car for cruising. That was good.
Yep. Awesome. Are the kids keen to follow in Dad's footsteps?
My older kids that are now teenagers, they're not interested in it at all.
Yeah, right.
But the younger three, they're hugely into it. They love it. Yeah. And I'm hoping that between the three of them, at least one of them wants to get behind the wheels. So.
Yeah, that'd be great. That's probably one of my biggest things I'd love to have in my life is my kids sort of race a car, or and me being the mechanic and working on it.
Yeah, well, it's good fun getting involved in it, even with that sort of stuff. And I'm not getting any younger. I'm not going to be able to race forever, so I've got to think about that stuff in the future.
And the kids love the race car, of course.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Cool. That's excellent. So, of course you don't work because you're an ex-vet.
Yep.
So what do you do, for an extra bit of money? For a job, work?
I don't do any work at the moment.
Yep.
I've done some work in the past, sort of like IT related stuff that I can do from home. Mm-hmm. To be honest, I don't really have an interest in going back to work.
Yep.
Trying to get this Zero Alpha Motorsport going is pretty much like a full-time job.
Yeah, it is.
And I enjoy doing that. So that's probably what I'm going to stick with.
Favourite colour, mate, and why?
Favourite colour, green. Probably because of the army, I have to say green.
I was about to say, I bet you it's because of the army.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years' time, Aaron?
Hopefully I'm sitting back, running Zero Alpha Motorsport, watching heaps of veterans come through and have fun. And my plan is to make this team sort of more than just about the team members. We want to make it so that other people have opportunities to get into motorsport that they might not normally get.
That's a great initiative. Hats off to you there, mate.
Cheers.
Yeah, it's a great initiative. Now, talking about the race team, for everyone out there, Zero Alpha Motorsport, what's it involved, what does it mean, and what have you got looking forward to in the future?
Alright, well, first thing, get a lot of questions about what does Zero Alpha mean. So Zero Alpha is a call sign, like a radio call sign that's normally reserved for headquarters.
Yep.
And the idea with Zero Alpha is I want it to be the headquarters for veterans in motorsport, at least in Tasmania.
Yep.
So long-term plans is we want to get more drivers to become part of the team who are all veterans. We want to do more social events, like where we went to the supercars. That was a good day. We want to try and do more of those sorts of things. And I want to do track day experiences and get as many people to come and drive the cars as I can.
So all veterans?
Yeah, all veterans. Yep. So we've got the track day coming up this weekend at Carrick.
Yep.
So we're going to have 3 veterans come and drive the car.
Yep.
And then in the next few months, we're going to be doing track days at Baskerville and Symmons Plains once we get all the details sorted. And that'll be the same thing. We'll have 3 or 4 veterans come through each time. And
excellent.
They'll come out as a passenger and sort of get to learn the rules of how it works at a track day, and then by the end of the day they'll be out there by themselves doing laps.
Yep. And you said what you did at Symmons. What went on at Symmons?
Basically, I just reached out to supercars and said, look, we've got a motorsport team, there's a few veterans, and we want to invite more veterans to come and sort of engage in a social activity. And supercars were happy to help. So they gave us a bunch of free passes, and I basically put the call out, said any veterans that want to come and meet up with us, they can. So we had 6 veterans turn up and meet us at the track, and we spent a bit of time together just talking crap, and went and got to chill out and go down and have a look through the pit garage of Alpha Motorsport. They were good enough to let us in there, and so that was sort of just a social day, just to get other veterans to come out and sort of come out of their shell, when isolation's a big thing for a lot of veterans.
So you've got the 2-car team with the Formula 500s. You've got Jace White racing under the Zero Alpha Motorsport. You've got the go-kart now as well. So what's the plans with the go-kart?
Plans with the go-kart is I'm trying to find a veteran who wants to get their child into motorsport, so that they can basically be a part of our team. We'll supply the go-kart, all the gear they need, everything, so that they just turn up at the track and race. And in doing that, I'm hoping that it sort of gives a veteran something in their life to look forward to, and something that they can be proud of, and the whole bonding experience with their kids. So hopefully that kicks off for next season. I don't see any reason why it won't. And then in future years, hopefully we'll be able to take that kid from the kart to move up into the 500s and try and give them more opportunities as well.
I heard a little rumour there might be a sprint car along the way somewhere.
Yeah, well, the plan was to get a sprint car for not next season, the one after. But then things started happening, and so I've got my eye on something now. I've just got to wait for a few things to fall into place, and could have a sprint car next season. Hopefully we will, but if we don't, it'll be the season after.
If you get out there and sprint, that'd be just absolutely awesome.
Yeah, it'll be great. And then if we get the sprint car, then that opens up the seat in my 500 for someone else. So then hopefully we can get some other veterans to come in and do some race events and that sort of thing.
Jace, you and Jace, how did you first meet?
I met Jace through Speedway. Basically just talking to him, and then we both found out we sort of had that common thing, being ex-army, and sort of friendship went from there. And then when I spoke to Jace about the idea of Zero Alpha Motorsport, he was happy to come on board, and so he provides his own car, and he just races under the banner of Zero Alpha Motorsport. And so it's been great to have him as part of the team. He's also got a bit more experience on the dirt than me, so that's been good.
He's a bit of a wild boy on the dirt too, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's had a few
he's not
few run-ins,
but you went to the army, Aaron?
Yep.
Where did we go, and what did we do, mate?
When I first signed up for the army, went to Melbourne, did my training there for about 12 months, then got posted up to Darwin. From Darwin, I then got deployed to Iraq in 2010 for about 9 months. And then after that, came back, spent some more time in Melbourne, then back to Darwin, and then I got out. But while I was in the army, I spent a lot of time sort of in Queensland and some time down in South Australia, and they're always moving you around for training, so got to see a lot of Australia.
Excellent, excellent. Any sponsors, people you'd like to give a big shout out to?
Yeah, definitely. Unique Garage, they've sponsored me and looked after me from the day I got into motorsport, and they weren't interested in how well I was doing. They just wanted to support me and look after a local guy, and they still help out a lot. So Craig and the team at Unique have been huge in helping. And then more recently, we've got Valentino's Pizza. They've helped us out. They helped us to get the money to get the cart for the juniors.
They cook a great pizza too.
Oh yeah.
Best pizza.
So yeah, they've been a huge help. And then more recently, we've got Sprayton IGA on board, the Strength Den in Burnie, and Portside Barbell in Devonport.
Right, they're new ones, aren't they?
Yeah, they're new. Basically spoke to them and said what we were doing, and one of the owners is ex-Defence Force himself, and so he loved the idea, and so they're helping us out, and hopefully with all those guys and a few more sponsors, hopefully we'll be able to get the money to do what we want to do next season.
Excellent, excellent. Targa, big week, isn't it?
Yeah, it's huge. It's and not only just the week of Targa, the preparations involved in getting your car there and just sorting out accommodation, all those sort of behind the scenes things, it's huge. But yeah, the week itself it's so draining. Up late, fixing the car normally, and then up early to go out, and it's pretty full on, and you've got to be switched on the whole time.
Do you have a favourite part of Targa, a stage, or?
My favourite stage would have to be the Georgetown stage, but they got rid of that this year, and don't know if they'll have it next year.
Hopefully they do. I used to like
hopefully they do. It's the best stage I think there is. It's nice and tight through the town, and good fun.
So you're looking for veterans to come forward and put their hands up to have a go at the race car? Or?
Yeah, we're always looking for people to help out, so it's hard to just say we want people to come and help in the garage and help at the track and stuff like that with no incentive. So we want to put in place programs so that these people can come and help us out, meet us, and then in a month's time we can put them behind the wheel of a car somewhere doing something. We don't want to just have people giving us free labour and getting nothing in return. So we're hoping that more veterans will approach us. They can become a part of the team. They can work on the car with us. They can get to know us, and then over time we'll get them behind the wheel. So
and
they can go out.
How do they contact you? If
Best way to contact us is on Facebook. Just send a message to the Facebook page, Alpha Motorsport, and we'll get back to you pretty quickly.
Awesome. Well, Aaron, I hope everything goes well for you.
Cheers.
I know you've got a lot involved. I've seen a lot of it going on behind the back of, back behind the scenes. Thanks very much for joining us today.
No worries.
And don't forget, if you are a veteran and you want to have a go at having a go in a race car, please feel free to message Aaron at any stage in time, and he'll definitely steer you in the right directions. So that's all we've got time for today. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you next time for Shed Session number 3. Thanks everyone. Bye.
Cheers.